It is 3 o'clock in the morning. I am setting out for the Tour of Honor, Michigan. I know I already missed out on the medal, but I had kind of blocked out this weekend to go grab the sites and kind of came up with a plan, then came up with a different plan and a different plan and a different plan. Kind of 1,000 miles ahead of me, a bunch of memorial sites to visit. Hope I can pay homage to each site, but also keep the stops short and get back on the road to get these 1,000 miles in. It was a short hop down the road to get gassed up and get the show started. This being an iron butt ride, the first thing to do, besides all the planning of course, is to get a witness to sign for your form. Setting out on a motorcycle endurance challenge. I'm trying to do 1,000 miles in less than 24 hours and got it all planned out. To get certified and prove that I did it, they want me to have a witness that says that you saw me here at 3:15. Would you be willing to sign, and if they were to call the store to talk to you? I'm always surprised at how willing people are to sign for me. I must have a knack for explaining the motorcycle endurance event. Maybe I look a little weird and they just want to get rid of me, or maybe I'm cute. I don't know. With the form taken care of and receipt in hand, it was time to get going for real. The interstate was desolate at this hour, which was nice, but also a bit difficult to stay on top of things mentally with nothing around to keep your focus. One thing to occupy the time is calculate how long everything will take. The GPS currently says I'll be finished at about 7 p.m. I know this will not be the case, but it's interesting to see how the predicted finish time will change throughout the trip. In the darkness of the interstate, the white noise of the wind passing the helmet, the drone of the engine, it's a bit like meditation. Just your thoughts and you, face to face, mano a mano with yourself. About an hour later, I pulled into my first stop, a doughboy statue in St. Joe, Michigan. Okay, here's St. Joe in middle of the morning. Kind of eerie that there's nobody around. On my first stop, it's a doughboy. I gotta get a picture of my flag with the doughboy in the background and my bike somehow. The lighting was tricky at this hour. To get the flag and the statue lit enough to recognize what was going on, I managed, but worried about turning the electronics on without starting the motorcycle, possibly taxing the battery. It was difficult. Back on the road, I grabbed a receipt nearby and logged that as I headed on to the next target. It was very early in the morning, and this is my favorite part about getting up and out this early. The sun coming up is just awesome. Perhaps because I don't often get to view a sunrise, and for some reason it's quite a bit different than a sunset. I'm excited as I pull into the VFW with a Huey helicopter on display and get a quick photo. Here I am at Marcellus. It is, what time is it? 5:45. About a little bit behind, but there's a Huey here. Pretty neat VFW display. A short hop down the road for some gas and another receipt, and first trouble of the trip. A quick stop for gas. Well, I thought it was going to be a quick stop. The receipt didn't print. I used the restroom anyway, so I figured I'd go inside and use the restroom. However, it is 5 minutes after 6. Oh, Saturday they don't open until 7. Okay, well, pumped gas. Guess I'll take a picture of that or something. I don't know. Fun on the road. Okay, here we go. It always seems like there's something like that to make an iron butt more interesting. I was excited for the sun to come up and everything get warmer, but even with the fully sunny morning, the temperature was not climbing. In fact, it was getting colder. Stopping at a rest area and adding a layer of clothing, hoping to overcome the chill, was definitely in order. I was also starting to feel the effects of not getting a full night's sleep, and before the sun gets too high in the sky, taking a quick snooze will be easier, so I checked into the Iron Butt Motel. While on the clock and several more stops to tend to, it is difficult to justify spending all this time not knocking down miles. But it is a marathon and not a sprint. Taking some good time to replenish and refresh early can do wonders for an Iron Butt ride. It was a good 15 minutes of napping and I was refreshed enough to get going again. Lansing, Michigan, Vietnam Memorial back there. This is the first official Tour of Honor stop I've had. All the other ones have been kind of tangential or extra rides. This is the first official tour stop. I think the next, I don't know what the next stop is. See you when I get there. Getting to the east side of the state, the general public was waking up and the denser population was starting to fill the streets. Found a hero dog at a police station for a quick photo and another auxiliary Tour of Honor stop complete. Alright, quick stop at Berkeley for a canine memorial, and then here to this cemetery in, I forget, Berkeley for a doughboy. And you can actually see him, unlike the one this morning in the dark. Well, yeah, just a quick stop. Gonna go get some gas, get some documents, and continue on. Kind of getting the routine of find a spot, get the flag out, hang it up, take a picture, email it, on to the next thing, mark down, making sure to mark down my Iron Butt log before going. So it's going good. Stopping to get gas and a receipt for an Iron Butt log, I was approached by some high school cheerleaders.
Hi, we're from the Iowa High School cheer team.
Obviously this is common experience for me, so I knew exactly what to do. I gave them money and everybody was happy. Apparently my long nap had sucked the battery out of the GoPro. Very glad I got all that footage of me at the Iron Butt Motel, so I won't have much road footage to show you, but on an Iron Butt ride it is kind of monotonous, so I can just show you the same road passing by and it'll seem about the same. So another official Tour of Honor. And about the bears, kind of hard to see the white polar bear back there next behind the white building. Pretty good write up about them in the historic sign. Let's see. When I left this morning it said 8 o'clock I'd get there. I knew that wasn't going to be right because I have stops to make. It's now saying 9 o'clock I'll get there, which I know is not going to be correct because I've got more stops to make. Speaking of, let's go do that. Just afternoon and I'm in Swartz Creek and there's some kind of a car show, festival, something or another going on. They had the road blocked off, but thankfully I was able to get to the memorial. This is the last extra until Sault Ste. Marie. So it's sunny and I'm getting tired, so I just laid down for about 10 minutes, went and used the restroom, feeling pretty refreshed. Even though the sun is out, it's still pretty windy, and I imagine once I get to the lake it's going to be cold again, especially going along too. And yeah, that wind, not looking forward to the bridge. I've never done the bridge with this much wind and I'm getting blown around on the highway quite a bit. If the GoPro were still had batteries, I'd probably have some sideways video to show you. Coming to the end of it, Got 600 miles down. Made it across the bridge. It was a little bit crazy. The wind was going pretty good, and of course there was construction, so you had to go on the grates for at least a little bit. That made it interesting. Now at the courthouse here, getting a Doughboy. Just 2 more official Tour of Honor stops. Probably 2 more gas stops also in there. Even with the GoPro dead, I couldn't let this stretch of road go undocumented. The sun over the lake, the road just feet from the sand, leading right into the lake. This part of US 2 is always a treat to travel. Okay, now I'm in Iron Mountain. It's getting dark. I remember being here as a kid and climbing up that thing with one of my dad's college buddies. Now there's a UP War Memorial up here. And it's pretty cool. But it's getting late and worried about deer and whatnot. But I'm glad I could stop here. Very cool. Alright, it's raining. This place is closed. It was going to be my receipt to verify that I went the long way. I found a 24-hour place down there. So we're going to head that way, do another 6 miles out of the way. So it's going to be like 15 minutes extra. I got plenty of time. I am running out of battery on my phone. It's dark. I can't really see much. Doing an iron butt. My butt is fine, but my knees are angry and my boots are reminding me that they aren't as waterproof as they were when I got them. My socks are wet. Yeah, I guess if it were easy, it wouldn't be as exciting. Anyways, I'm gonna clean off my lens and get going. Okay, that was a little crazy. I got here to this last monument here. Had 1,040 something miles on the GPS. Passed a whole bunch of gas stations that were closed down. Even when I passed Walmart, it was closed down in Houghton. I figured that would be my 24-hour store. But happened upon this little bar, still open. Still had a couple of locals in it. Chatted with the barkeep for a bit, and he hooked me up. And then as I was writing down, because I just took a quick picture of the odometer and stuff, as I was writing that down, I realized that it didn't have my full 1,000 miles. They said they'd wait. I ran up the road, got 6 more miles. Something's wrong with my odometer, I think. But yeah, got the paperwork done. Now 10 miles to Chassel and a late wet arrival. So I made it. At the Clemmy residence. That's my outlaw aunt and uncle live up here in Chassel. We spent a week with them last summer and it was awesome. And they said anytime, and I said, I got this thing that's going to end up near you. So yeah, Lake Linden's not too far from here. And got in later than I had told them I was going to be. Much later than I had told them I was going to be. Even when I estimated for, or overestimated for being late. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get some rest. And in the morning is leisurely trip back home, no record keeping. Just get on the road and enjoy yourself. So another iron butt complete. This being my first Tour of Honor and my first all in Michigan iron butt ride, made for quite a memorable ride.